Turns out I lied. That other video wasn't my last Destiny video. This one's gonna be my last Destiny video because if you haven't heard the news, Destiny's last update's coming out in like June 9th or some crap. So I'm just gonna give an overview about what I think about it. I'll read through the whatever the fuck the patch notes is, but more or less when I heard the news, I actually was laughing because this was the only way it could have ended, right? The last however long this channel's been around, I've been, complaining, moaning about games, like the things I want to improve, all this other crap, and it's always come from a place that I want the game to be better, right? Because I know what Bungie looks like when they actually put in effort, and for the most part of Destiny and Destiny 2's lifespan, they've never really put in much effort. And again, I've had pushback from my friends, from other people in the community. I'm just like, what? I just want Bungie to actually fucking develop the game. And when I look at the patch notes, when I look at the update for this final update, I'm like, this is what Bungie could have done from the fucking beginning. And that's the entire reason why I've been bitching and moaning, screaming to the void. Is like, I just want them to do better because I know what the game can look like when they do better. So that's pretty much it. Also, I keep seeing the sentiment, well, maybe a Destiny 3, but blah, blah, blah. And it's like, the reason why we're here, don't get me wrong, is because ultimately Bungie cannot deliver, right? They release mediocre content, substandard. But another reason is again the community accepts that. I remember when fucking Edge of Fate came out, and I told my friends that looks like dog shit, and they said, "Well, you don't play the game, and the story's good," and I said it looks like dog shit. And when Renegades came out a couple months later, well, yeah, Edge of Fate was dog shit. My biggest issue with the community is that a lack of standards, right? Um, whether it's an expansion, a season. When I see Bungie put out bare minimum bullshit and I say it's shit, people are like, well, there's always some kind of excuse. Like I don't know how Bungie has this kind of magic. If it was any other game studio, any other fucking whatever, people would be like, yeah, that's dumb, that's kind of mediocre. But when it came to Destiny and Bungie, oh, actually this, and there was always some kind of excuse for them not to do better. So that's why I said this is the only way it could have ended, right? You keep accepting, mediocre substandard fucking slop, and they keep pushing that out, and more people leave because they just don't care for it anymore. And then you don't have enough players to sustain a player base. And then ultimately, Marathon. Marathon's a huge another. I honestly, I don't understand how you're a Destiny 2 player and you're just not fuming that the fact Marathon happened the way it did. Because again, we found out. So this is the part where I'm like, I'm actually fucking annoyed. About what 5 years ago during the Beyond Light Vidoc, where they said, hey, we have to remove stuff from the game that you paid for because of game stability, right? And that was the reason they gave. And maybe they were right at the time. Who knows? I don't care anymore. But we then found out in that time frame 5 years ago, they started on 5 projects, and all of them basically died out except for Marathon. So when I talk about like my animosity, my hatred towards Bungie, it's like these guys, these assholes, 5 years ago, and they realized the game was too unstable to the point where they had to remove things people paid for. Instead of working on a Destiny 3 or some kind of backup plan, they just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna work on 5 separate projects and just hope it rides out." And it's like the game became even more unstable. I mean, look what happened with what's the season with the crafting, right? Witch Queen, it was one of the season of the deep or some shit. I mean, so it's like every time, it's just like when I think about stuff like that, it just makes me upset. And with Marathon too, it's like, who did they make this game for? Maybe they were tired of the Destiny audience, but they wanted to branch out. And I mean, I get that, developing a game for 10 years, but you have to also look at realistically, right? Like, you're a single IP studio for the last 12 fucking years, and that IP has a middling, mostly negative fucking reputation. Most people know Destiny as a game that literally remove the content you paid for and then sells it back to you, right? Because that's what they did. They gave us back planets, but you have to, or parts of the planets you have to pay for it because it's a separate season, right? Shit like that. And Marathon's an extraction shooter. And again, I said Arc Raiders did most of the heavy lifting because again, Arc Raiders showed that hey, you can have an extraction shooter, but if you have it really casual and it can be friendly and people have a great time. So that did a lot of goodwill for Marathon, I think. It got people who wouldn't even consider it to try it. And I've seen my friends play Marathon. I just don't care for it. And the issue with what I've seen with Marathon is that again, like other extraction shooters, you reset, but you already have a really niche audience, right? You already have a small player base, and you want to hit the hard reset. Like it's just, it was doomed to fail as well. I know Marathon's still online. I'm sure it will die out eventually. Who knows? And again, what would DMG say that the development of Marathon won't affect Destiny? That was a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. We all know they could barely keep fucking Destiny 2 running, um, and that was their only IP they were working on, or at least that's what we knew of, right? So there's no way that they could have keep these two games alive at the same time. So ultimately, like I said, I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I'm smug as fuck. Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny because I literally said this shit would happen, and I feel vindicated literally because that update that they're gonna push out showed that they did everything, like not everything I've asked for, but again, targeting loot farming, reasons to fucking play the game, updating ritual weapons, updating like that's all I've been asking for. Every single video where I've been spazzing onto the void, that's all I've been asking for. And I guess I got the monkey paw. I got it, but it was the cost of the game dying. And also, I'm not going back. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing one last run now. I don't care. Because again, when it comes, again, I really want to harp on the fact that there's still people that I've talked to and I've seen. Well, when they make a Destiny 3 and maybe this, it's like if they, it's been 12 years of this shit. If they actually learned their lesson and listened to community feedback, it would have happened by now. Um, what happened from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2? The same fucking shit, right? So who's to say it's not different from Destiny 3? It's like it is insane to me that people are so hopeful for a Destiny 3. They think a bunch of learn their lesson. It's like no, they won't. It's like Arrowhead. I'll talk about Helldivers a little bit, but it's like it's clearly it's a pattern, right? We always want to talk about pattern recognition, but again, when it comes to Bungie and Destiny, all of a sudden we can't talk about that. But it's pretty apparent that they realize again train stations, right? Once people are a little down morale, they release something that's subpar, above mediocre, and all of a sudden everyone loves it. And then the cycle repeats again. So that's just my overview. It's like I am laughing. I do have a smile on my fucking face because it literally is the biggest I told you so for the last 10 fucking years. I told you so. This is the only way it could have ended. This was literally the only way it could have ended. I mean, Final Shape 2, the cope was well. It's a natural jumping off point, and blah blah. Warframe's still going. Warframe's older than Destiny, and it's still going. Its player base hasn't peaked as high as Destiny, but it's stable, and that's all that really matters, right? Stability. I know. So it's just that this is a culmination of just player fatigue, probably developer fatigue, and just mediocrity, right? I've seen people play Renegades. I thought the story was dog shit. I thought the gameplay was dumb. I thought Renegades and Edge of Fates were literally just upselled seasons because again, you got one location, you got an activity, some modifiers are only specific to that activity. So again, it's like I was talking to my friends like, hey, yeah, they're just basically upselling you on fucking seasons now and whatever. Look at fucking episodes. I said, look, episodes are probably just gonna be like seasons, and they were worse. They somehow made it worse. They time gated the fucking weapons. The stories were dog shit. Um, and it's just like I'm sitting here and it's like, yeah, I know some people reminiscing going back to D1, but I'm just like, there's no. In my mind, it's like at some point you have to let go, right? Because all you're doing is just making it worse, right? It sucks. I get it. Again, I play this game. I was in middle school when this game came out, right? And when Forsaken came out, I was in fucking college. I went through my entire like middle, much high. Like I said, my 10-year Destiny video. This was my Halo, right? Because when I started playing Halo, that was Halo Reach. That's at the end of Halo, right? I didn't start with like 3 or something, or CE. So it's like it is what it is. But I'll go over some of the things you're talking about. I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'm sure everyone's already read it, but I'll just highlight things that I thought that were interesting. That again, um, they could have done from the beginning. I mean, and more examples of this too are when people make excuses. We can't bring back Whisper and Zero Hour because different. And then all of a sudden, after the debacle of delaying Final Shape for 4 months, all of a sudden they just happen to update those two, and now it's ready to roll, right? Oh, we can't. I remember arguing with my friends like, why can't they make the armor system more simpler, right? Lower the costs and then remove elemental affinities. Well, they can't do this, they can't do, and then they did it in fucking Lightfall, right? Or I mean, speaking of other things, we were supposed to fucking get the Fireteam Finder in fucking Lightfall, and it came out in Final Shape a fucking year later. So it's like it's just a established pattern of mediocrity and people accepting it. Again, I want to point out to you that every single expansion post Activision, except for I want to say one, was delayed. Now, if you want to be technical, technically nothing's delayed unless they announce it's delayed. But we'll go over the timeline, right? Shadowkeep came out in October, right? And when I'm assuming a delay, if like back in Destiny 1, if the main expansion launches in September, as long as it's within that September time window, I won't be petting say it's delayed, right? If the last one came out, September 3rd, and the next one came out like September 18th, I'm like, okay, it's same month. Not technically. It could be technically delayed, but I'm like, that's fine, right? So, Shadowkeep was in October, right? Uh, not Lightfall, sorry. Beyond Light was in November. Witch Queen got pushed all the way back to February. My pettiness is like technically Lightfall delayed by a week, but I'll be generous. Lightfall wasn't delayed. Then Final Shape was delayed until fucking June, and then I think Edge of Fate was moved to or was July, right? And then I don't know how Renegades fits, but every single like almost every single expansion was delayed. It's like so it is what it is. So anyways, this is always me rambling, going stream of consciousness, but we'll just go over the thing real quick. I'm not reading this thing verbatim. I just don't care enough to read all that. Let's see, where are the news? Um, so yeah, moment of triumph. So that's what they're gonna do. That's what it's called. Legendary marks make a return, but blah blah blah. Again, another thing too is that they chopped up the story. Like Destiny 2 is an incomplete game. You can't play the Red War again. So there's so much shit that's been lost, and it's never been replaced too. So it's just this incomplete hobbled together like chimera of a fucking game. And I think they're removing the portal as well. I remember saying that like it's dog shit. Again, they're bringing back Pantheon, which they could have just fucking kept in the fucking game when they released it, man. Again, this weird exclusivity shit always pissed me off of Bungie. They even do it in Marathon where apparently that Cryo Archive map is only available on a fucking weekend. It's like the issue with these live service games, they want you to treat it like it's a fucking job, but people have real lives, they have actual jobs, and no one, whatever. Anyways, they're updating all the raids and dungeons now. I believe at some point after I left, they made it so that you could just farm any raid and dungeon, which again has been one of my biggest complaints for the last fucking however long. That I'm like, it's a looter shooter, yet it's missing so many looter shooter aspects, like just being able to farm whatever the fuck you want. Um, so also, I think they added some other kind of targeting, like loot targeting here. So give me a second. Um, So yeah, the updated destination armor. Wow. They're giving us new aspects. Wow. Um. Oh yeah. I remember when Edge of Fate came out. There's that weird tier system, so you can like go above 200, and for some reason, all exotics were locked to tier 2, and it's like this is just retarded. So, it is what it is. So, just going through it. Yeah, they're just updating a little bit of Gambit here. They're actually making so you can focus certain things so you can like get what you want. Yeah, you can add a focusing system for bright engrams so you can get what you like. You can actually reduce duplicates and get things like this could have been in the game since day fucking one. This literally could have been the game since day fucking one. That's all. This is literally what I've been fucking screaming for years. And then now I'm supposed to be fucking sad about it, and everyone's supposed to be, oh, we could have, whatever. It's like, no, no, it isn't. Everyone in this, like, we're fucking, man. If everyone actually just put their fucking foot down and told Bungie to do their fucking job and develop the game, and actually put an effort, we wouldn't be here. If people didn't accept fucking Edge of Fate, if people didn't accept shitty fucking expansions, we wouldn't be here, right? Everyone talks about how Witch Queen was good. Witch Queen fucking sucked, bro. Okay, you had a good campaign. What else did you get? Nothing. The Throne Lord was dead. You got 2 fucking strikes and the worst Crucible map to date. That's it. That expansion had nothing in it. And then people are supposed to sit here and tell me it's a good fucking expansion. The reason why Forsaken's liked so much is that it gave us a lot, right? Sure, the story might be shit and disjointed because the way the campaigns worked back then, but you had 2 destinations, you had a bunch of secrets, you had a fucking raid, you had multiple strikes, you had to update the Crucible, you had Gambit, a new fucking game, you had actual fucking content to go into, and it's like that's what pisses me off. It's like I'm supposed to sit here and feel fucking sorry for everyone else, saying, "Well, it could have been." No, it could have been better. It could have been a game that people fucking wanted to. No, the game ended up this way because it honestly it's deserved, right? Destiny players deserve the state of Destiny because if they fucking put their foot down and actually fucking again spazzed out, maybe Bungie would have actually gotten off their shit and gotten it together. That's my opinion. That's my fucking opinion. I'm so annoyed seeing all these people getting sad and mopey. Like you would fucking buy all that shit in Eververse. I played the game for 10 fucking years, didn't buy a single fucking thing from Eververse. Not a single fucking cosmetic from Eververse. You have people, and I'm sure when Destiny 3 comes out, these same fucking people are gonna pretend like, oh my god, Bungie learned their lesson, and they're gonna fall for this. It's not being hopeful. It's being fucking delusional. It's being fucking insane. Insanity is doing the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result. And I see so many people the same fucking sentiment saying, well, if we do it, if Bungie tries Destiny 3 or Destiny 1 Classic, you haven't fucking learned your lesson. That's why the games. That's why if they ever do make a Destiny, the same shit's gonna fucking happen. You're gonna accept the mediocrity, complain about it. They'll do one fucking okay update, and then you're back to fucking square one, and it's gonna keep happening. Again, people have not fucking learned. Same thing in fucking Helldivers, man. It's a never ending cycle. It's fucking it's maddening. It's so fucking maddening. Anyways, I got fucking sidetracked here. Um, just going through, yeah. So they Pantheon, they're updating the dungeons. They're getting another grenade. Cool. They're upgrading exotic armors. Okay. Portal activities. Don't care. They've updated Crucible playlist, Gambit Ops seasonal events. Everybody's already read that. Reward pass. Okay. Oh, transmog. Transmog. Again, I remember one of my videos. I was like, I played Division 2. Transmog is not this fucking super complicated bullshit. You have a piece of armor, you delete it, and then now you can actually transmog to whatever you want in another piece of armor. When transmog came out for fucking Destiny, of course it was fucking monetized, right? Of course you had to do some random fuck off bounty to get a material to then get an ornament thing, and then you could only do that like what 15 times a season. Shit like that is what pisses me off. And then shit like that, people are like, well, realistically not. And it's like, and that's why Destiny 2 ended the way. That's why I say you. This is the Destiny that people deserve. Then, because if you're fine with shit like this, then don't be surprised again when you get mediocre slop, and then you just say, well, I guess the game's fine. Like, please, whatever. And then they brought back SRL. Cool, that's awesome. I don't care. So that's pretty much it. Again, this is a culmination of just fucking 10 years of mediocrity and people accepting it. Uh, I mean, Helldivers is going through the same fucking shit. There's a lot of, although Helldivers is a little more interesting because I think the developers actually hate the player base. And if you actually talk to the people who play the game, they're an overwhelmingly, like, I think 80% are in agreement that things need to be better. But Arrowhead just is too fucking, like, they're insane. So, that's different. When I talk to people about Destiny, it's like always this fucking hive mind of, well, actually, stop. I've been called a hater. I remember talking about the Final Shape campaign, and I remember I went line by line saying my issue with the Final Shape campaign is that, or Final Shape is that it was felt like you were getting the band back together. Sure, cool, but that was like 90% of the missions, and it only felt like things actually happened in the last, two missions. And I was talking about like just going through like how it kind of felt like a rehash of Season of the Haunted, and then I got told at the end of all that, you're just a hater. Every time I have an opinion about something, I go into detail why it sucks or why it should be better or things to solve it. You know what I get reduced down to? You're a hater. People like me that want to fucking it's, and that's why like I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm happy. Fuck it. Destiny's dead. Congratulations. You guys helped killed it. I'm beyond pissed. I was laughing, and I'm also beyond pissed that it got to this point, and now I'm supposed to sit here and sing Kumbaya with the same people that helped fucking ruin it. So there you go. That's how I feel about fucking Destiny 2. Marathon's probably gonna go under soon. Hopefully Bungie goes under soon, because if you haven't noticed, Titanfall 2 is in the background. And my biggest fucking the thing that's always pissed me off about Bungie is that better game studios and better games have died and have nearly has had Destiny has had so many fucking second chances. The community has given this game so many second fucking chances, and they keep fucking it up. There have been better games that have died that deserves a second chance. That could have, if they had one of those second chances that Bungie had, they could have been something, right? Titanfall 2 is a perfect example. Release in one of the most awkward spots. It had a die-hard community. EA didn't really give it a chance. I mean, Respawn wants to go make Apex and whatever. Apparently, Apex is good again. I don't know, but it's just like I'm tired. I'm tired. I let the game go. I haven't even thought about the game in a while until I heard this fucking news, and it's like again, this is the only way it could have ended. And why is anyone shocked? Why is anyone shocked? You're gonna sit here and tell me the final? again, when Edge of Fate came out, people fucking, I had people, my own friends, tell me that it was, oh, the campaign was so good, and I said that's bullshit. It sucks ass. And it's, it's like Matterspark looked like dog shit. But ultimately, this is the biggest I fucking told you so. I'm absolutely fucking smug. It's like I have like three different emotions: smugness, anger, and fucking satisfaction. The vindication, 10 fuck or however long the channel of screaming about the game trying to be better and people just dismissing it as you're a complainer, you're a whiner, blah 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 blah. Well, look what the fuck happened, and look guys, look, Bungie can actually develop a game. Look guys, they can actually update armor. Hey, remember that state of the game about 3 fucking years ago in August when they said, well, making battlegrounds took a lot of effort, so then we couldn't update armor. Remember that shit? Remember how I got so fucking angry because like you're full of I could tell they're full of shit. And I see people blame like Tyson Green, Pete Parsons, or whatever. It's it's sure if you want to blame those top people, let's not forget the developers, okay? Pete Parson wasn't the reason why there was fucking anti-barrier sidearm. Pete Parson wasn't the reason why fucking DMT got fucking gutted for 2 fucking years, right? You know, the fucking Pete Parsons isn't the reason why Void was overbuffed and became fucking miserable and Crucible, right? Or the way Stasis released. Please, the developers are just as much to blame. They're not some fucking innocent little, maybe there's one or two of them like that, but the people who are responsible of balance, the story writers, it's the entire company. It's not just one fucking person. I'm so sick of seeing, well, this happened because Pete Parson. No, maybe he made some fucking calls to make the fucking, so there's less stuff. Sure, whatever. What the fuck? Maybe he's the one who made it split up into 5 fucking different side projects. Sure, sure. I'm sure he's the blame. Sure. But this idea that it's only one person and that the developers are innocent, didn't do nothing, I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of developers just always skirting away from any kind of responsibilities. Please. Like it's like Jesus fucking Christ, you know. But ultimately, again, here we are, the end of Destiny 2. I don't think they're working on a Destiny 3. If they were, it's too fucking late in the sense that they could barely keep Destiny 2 alive when they're working on other games. And now when they're running Marathon and Destiny, obviously they can keep Destiny alive. But now they only have Marathon, and Marathon already dropped below the Destiny player population at one point. It's already failing, right? So if they want to do all hands on deck and try to push like a Destiny 3 or Destiny Classic, Marathon's probably just going to drop dead before then, and then they're fucked because now they're a studio that doesn't have any games, right? And sure, they'll bring in some passive revenue from Destiny 2 and Marathon, but Sony's fucking pissed. They bought them for 3.6 fucking billion dollars. 3.6 billion fucking dollars. Whoever did that deal at Bungie, you're a genius. Whoever was at Sony that said the deal, you're a fucking idiot. A single IP studio that has a middling fucking reputation. You bought them for 3.6 million. Now, I'm guessing they did it because again, live service. Destiny made a fuck ton of money live service. I think Destiny and Helldivers made up to 45% of all their live service revenue, right? So they make them fucking money. That's another thing too. That's why I always got annoyed with Bungie. It's like they clearly make enough fucking money to do more. Like it's not. I don't think it was ever a money issue with Bungie. I think it was just motivation and laziness. Because clearly, again, they don't fucking care for the most part when they do these updates, especially with some of these bugs that slip through. It's like, okay. Anyways, there you go. That's my thoughts on fucking Destiny 2 ending. It's, it's a bitter. I don't even like. I'm not even trying to pretend like I'm edgy or what. I just don't give a shit. I just do not give a shit. I don't know. It's like checking in on an old dog that you used to like, and you found out he's dying. He's like, well, that's sad, I guess, but I hate to see you go, buddy, but that's the way the world works, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching.